Tony D and Little Joan sitting in my lap with a screenwriter's rant on Coast, a movie about young love, young woman, and womanly things, but mostly it's a movie about being young, I think. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Please check out my books, links in the description. Comedy Horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 8. Check them out. Thank you for supporting the channel. So, takes place in this city here. I'm back up, Santa Maria, all-American city, which I assume is somewhere in California. And there's a single working mom, and she's got a older patient, maybe related to her, who's, the wise old woman, and her wild daughter, who she thinks isn't in the boys yet, but she certainly is, and she's in love with a boy in a band, and they're going on tour, and she wants to go with them, and she's exploring sex and drinking and doing all those wild things you do in high school, and blah, blah, blah. Is it good? In that teenage movie way, but it's not very fun. It's very grounded in reality, that kind of movie, if you know what I mean. It's, Coast, I guess it's about a coast city and about life there. It's a weird line here. Oh, you're amazing, Abby. And she goes, I know. Like, okay. It's a bit much. And a bunch of people I don't know in this. Mia Frampton, related to Paul Frampton. Bunch of actors and actresses, all very young, I think. Let's see. Written by Cindy Kitagawa. Directed by Jesse Hester and Derek Schweizkott. And I just don't know any of the actors. We got a date on this movie? Let's see. Yeah, here's the synopsis, a little clearer than the trailer. Trailer's not very clear. 16-year-old Abby is desperate to escape the trappings of small-town life. When she falls for the lead singer of a touring rock band, Abby must decide whether to leave her family and friends behind in search of a better life. Okay. Doesn't seem that small of a town, though. It also feels a little dated because they go inside a record store. I don't know if that's still really a thing. I guess it is in certain select parts of the country. There's even a scene where she's playing in a record album and her mother tells her to turn it down, and she goes, no! I mean, that's like one of the biggest teenage cliches in history. Turn that music down. No, you don't understand, Mom or Dad. I'm rocking out. And here's her friend, who I get the sense from this trailer they never hook up. They never hook up. In the end, she just said, "No, I'm a strong, independent woman. I'm gonna go out on my own." Maybe, I don't know. Just seems like everybody loves Abby. Abby's the greatest. Abby's the greatest. I'm a little wary of movies like that, because it's the what I like to call the Alex Foley syndrome. You remember that's the main character from Beverly Hills Cop. And in every sequel with Eddie Murphy, is it Alex? Yeah, Alex. I think that's his name. Eddie Murphy became more and more the focus. Every sequel, everything else got pushed out of the movie and it was all focused on Eddie. And the first movie is a very well-balanced movie. Beverly Hills Cop 1 is good. And then every subsequent movie is more and more about Eddie and less about the side characters. Which is a shame, because the first movie's solid. They should have followed the formula of the first movie, stuck by that. Granted, it was hard to. They had to up the ante a little bit, but it seemed like Eddie Murphy's personality took over the franchise. And this feels like that all in one movie. Now, I don't know that for sure. I haven't seen it. I get blasted all the time for, how can you judge a movie by watching just the trailer? Did you even watch it, or did you just click through it and make comments? That's kind of the whole point of the trailer analysis. I watched the trailer, you numbnuts. Of course I watched the trailer. The trailers are like 2 minutes long. And as I keep telling you, and if you can go through my old videos, I mean, what few of them are left, YouTube is constantly flagging me in my old videos on copyright claims. I just got flagged twice this week. I put it up in a little box. I talk over it, but that's not good enough. You have to stop and start it within, I don't know how many seconds. I'm trying to watch it and give it a good analysis. I'm not trying to stop and start it every 10 seconds. So after a point, this is a better mode of analysis for me. I don't have to worry about anything. I'll never have to take these down because they're just stills. Unless they're going to claim the copyright of every little frame of the movie. Good luck doing that. Good luck, YouTube. I don't think you will. I think you'll cancel me for my old political videos before you cancel me on this. Which, by the way, if you'd like to watch the actual political videos, they're on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble. But let me do the 3-act breakdown. Act 1, she's a normal kid in a normal town, but she's wild. And she's got friends, and they're wild. And they're sowing some wild oats. And in the second act, they get in more trouble. And the mother doesn't understand. And turn down your music. Oh, Mom, I'm not turning it down. I'm in love with a boy. No, you're not. You're too young. You're only 16, Abby. No, I'm awesome. And I'm going to leave this small town and make something of myself. And I love you, Abby, because you're in love. You're the greatest person I ever met, Abby. Yeah, I am. I'm awesome. And I leave this town and I become something great. I don't become another single mom like my mom. Oh, wait, I do. You want to see some single moms? Go on dating sites at my age. It's nothing but single moms. Just saying. Anyhow, third act, I don't know. She leaves town. Third act, she leaves town. She leaves town either with the boy or by herself. That's the way these movies go. She's awesome. Everything about her's awesome. I mean, if it was a tragedy, she might die. It's a coming-of-age movie, but I've never seen one so... It's not really woke. It just feels too serious. Coming-of-age movies should be fun. And this doesn't feel all that fun. It feels a little too serious. The ones they used to make in the 80s were just crazy, wild fun. When you did something wild and fun, it was like, ha, 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 These girls steal a car, and it doesn't feel fun. It just feels like, well, why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? Maybe it's the music and the tone. I mean, it feels like this is too important. Yeah, coming-of-age movies, they're very relatable, and often for people, they're very important, for the characters in that time of their lives. But ultimately, as adults, looking back on that, we realize that we made too big of things, a lot of things. It's not the same anymore because graduating high school isn't what it used to be. Graduating high school now isn't even graduating into the real world. It's graduating into college, which is another 4 years of high school now. Or maybe even 8 years of college. And then, people's childhood has been extended longer and longer, I feel. So it doesn't have the same impact it did in the 80s when you were supposed to be 18 and some people got kicked out of their house. Like, get your act together, kid, or me and your mom ain't supporting you after your birthday. That's the way some people live, or did. There was a girl who sued their parents to make sure they had to pay for 4 years of her college. It's crazy. Anyhow, will I see this movie? Nah, it's not aimed at me in their defense. It looks okay. It doesn't look like any great shakes. If it was more fun, maybe. It looks a little too serious for me. It doesn't really capture much for me, but then again, I grew up in the 80s, so this doesn't speak to that. So maybe it's for you. I don't know. Check out Coast. When the hell does it come out? No idea. So that's it. Coast. And that's it for me, Tony D and Little Joan. Check out Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble. And we'll see you